pop on me going, hey, here I am, not ready. Ready? All right. Coming at you here, another week off from the NostraThomas Show, and that is I know everything and you do not, is what that means. Gary's usually sitting beside me, but he has to work tonight. I told him, you're not invested in the show, and he got all mad at me. So we'll see if he shows up next week. I have a guest a little bit later, Chuck Kuntz. He was a star of Fat and Furious, if you remember that reality show where they redid classic cars. So he is joining me from Hawaii. We tried to get him on a couple weeks ago, and apparently got hit with some lava or something from a volcano and didn't get on. But hopefully he figures out his flip phone and gets on here. But until then, I like to. I still can't get this on yet. Up. There we go. A live studio. Don't you love it? Anyways, most of you know that I've been traveling quite a bit lately for my job, my new job in South Florida. A vice president for a group that puts in a lot of different concept restaurants into very high-end malls in South Florida. So just to tell you, I am the world's worst traveler. I can't travel to Leavittsburg without a problem. There's just nobody that has this many problems, not just once in a while, every single time. So my flight was to leave at 7:55. I leave my house at 5:15. 3 hours. It's only 55 minutes from my house. We should be good. I get on 80, nice and leisurely, thinking, did I miss anything? Did I forget? Next thing you know, I see a line of semis that looks as far as the eye can see, and there's nobody moving. I don't know another way around to get to the Pittsburgh airport. So we're inching along at like maybe 2 miles an hour, and I'm watching the time just go, here we go. I got to be there because I have meetings set up all day Monday. So I'm trying to get there Sunday night. So I start to see where the exit is. It's about 2 miles up the road. And I'm thinking I can get around these cars in this berm and I could sneak off into the exit. Going along, and some woman decides she's not going to let me do that. She pulls over to block me from doing this. What? And I beep the horn. Maybe she doesn't get it. And she waves at me and won't let me around her. Now, let's see, a couple years ago, that might have been a very bad situation where I never get anywhere, as I'm in jail at that point because I am ready to ram the back of the car at this. So now I'm stressed. Now I'm screaming. And now I have like, oh my God, here we go. I can't get 10 minutes into this trip without a problem. So I finally get there, and now I go straight 90 miles an hour all the way there. Get out. Get the guy that drives me there from the shuttle going so fast that he's scared that he's going to get killed because it's one of those top heavy shuttles. And I'm going, come on, he's going around the bend. I don't know if this is a good idea. Let's go. So we get there. I run out. There's nobody in the airport. Oh, wow, this isn't going to be bad. Nobody's in TSA. I come up to the Spirit. Wow, what a shock at Spirit that there's going to be a problem. And they say, I'm sorry, you can't get on the flight. I go, what are you talking about? There's nobody here. I could walk on my hands and get there. What's the problem? And I close the gate. I go, I have sat on your airlines 100 times while you waited for tons of people. Here to find out some new employee canceled flights of people that weren't there by 7 o'clock. So now I am yelling. And I said, I know why it's called Spirit, because you're a ghost by the time you get where you're supposed to go. And I finally called the police. They don't mess with this airport stuff.
They called the police on you.
Me and another guy, because we were yelling at the people on the phone from Spirit.
Oh, geez.
So now I'm a major problem. They got a guy over there in the corner. So now I have to be quiet or else I'm going to get thrown in the stockade. But How about we're not done yet? So now they go here. Here's a flight for 7:50 a.m. Okay, I gotta stay in the hotel. I'll get there fast enough. I can make all this happen. I get up at 5. I come in. We're all ready. Get there. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is 7:55 p.m.
Oh my gosh.
Like, what? Now I'm thinking I'm on like candid camera or something. This is even bad for me. I've got to sit in the airport for 12 hours now, put all the meetings together from the phone, getting yelled at by the CEO. What'd you do? Party all night? Just missed your plane? No, that's not what happened. Okay.
Always the airline's fault.
So by the time I got there, they don't take credit cards. I mean, who goes through this? No more do they take where somebody pays for your car over the phone. You have to have the credit card. So the boss pays for my car. I go, we can't do it after I waited in line. Now I'm ready to just curl up in a corner and just start crying. I can't take anymore. I get an Uber, get to the hotel at 1 a.m. Sorry, you have to have the credit card there too. So now I'm sitting out in the thing like a carpetbagger, like a. So needless to say, this kind of went on like that until the end of the trip, which was Thursday. And by then, I had done so many good things that everyone forgot the bad.
Right.
So it's not how you start, it's how you finish. I made like a bunch of deals but I'm the only guy that loses his license on the plane, not before I get on. I forgot my tickets when I was teasing my family that I forgot my tickets, thinking they don't have paper tickets, but AirTran still did. I got to the airport without the tickets after I was joking around. Dad forgot the tickets, and he did forget the tickets. Let's see. Forgot my license. I've had went on the wrong day to the flight. Sorry, sir, that's tomorrow. My itinerary says today. Well, itineraries, we don't take itineraries, we take tickets. You know what? That's not really funny right now. I mean, I'm the only guy that everybody else is sitting in the area waiting to get on the plane, all relaxed, looking at magazines, and I come in sweating, swearing, mad, throwing my stuff around. Never a relaxing time, ever. So I had to get that off, but I did make it back, and actually the way back wasn't so bad. So I have to do that a lot now, and with all these mask mandates and stuff. And also got to tell you, do you notice that now at the grocery stores, you don't have people like bringing you out anymore? What, Giant Eagle, you just do your own checkout?
Yeah, pretty much.
On Belmont today, there's so I'm standing there, this lady's getting all nervous and they're kind of yelling at her. I go, I'm sorry, I didn't know I worked here. Where's my check from last week? I don't want to work at Giant Eagle. You're supposed to be doing this. Mm-hmm. I said that, and she called unruly customer to the unruly customer. I said, I don't want to work at Giant Eagle. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
The Circle K's done the same thing. They've got all their automated registers set up now. Half the time, the person behind the register won't even ring you up. They sit there and we gotta make you do these ones,
and then they kind of help you out when you're trying. Right. But I mean, there were some elderly ladies there that they were falling apart. Like she couldn't get her stuff going, and it would say, "Come back. It's on the belt. You have to bring it back." You know, like, "Hey, you dummy, you're doing it wrong." You know,
you still have to have an employee come over and help you.
Yeah, help you anyway. So, and then you're standing there thinking somebody's bagging it. Hey, you're bagging it, buddy. Yep. So I'm thinking, geez, I might find out what my hourly wage is here because I didn't know I worked here. So that was today, which took me, I'm not kidding, it took me 25 minutes to get out of there. That's how slow people that don't know what they're doing. And then you're standing behind them, social distancing, and even further down the back to make it even worse. Okay, I'm done with that. Maybe I could bounce a few things. Is Chuck still not on?
He's not on.
Okay. I want to bounce off a few things that you see Fauci's doing puppy testing. Did you see that?
No, I
You
didn't
see
see
that?
I'm
that.
very familiar with that. Yes.
Now, when does the guru start to get his A kicked? Is when you start messing with puppies, I think.
Not when you mess with human fetuses,
Yeah, it's
but
right.
puppies.
Puppies will get people way more upset than killing a baby at 8.5
no
months.
doubt. No doubt.
That's acceptable. Or after it's born, you're allowed to do that. Sure. I think I heard somebody say it's not that we're anti-life, we're for choice. Is that so? Do you remember a couple years ago when they tried to put the license plate "Choose Life"?
Mhm.
That's all it was.
Right.
And they protested.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
that means you would rather choose death, because liberal always hide behind these things that aren't really true. They always have that, their name, they call, it's always something that sounds good, like they're all inclusive. It's the most non-inclusive group on the planet.
Mhm.
They get up every day mad about something, bitching about something. They want to sue somebody. They're a victim. They should change the name of that. They should rip that down. How would you like to live your life every day? That's what you do.
There's quite a
I'm
few of
serious.
them,
It's
for sure.
every single day. Now, if you don't believe in God, what's the difference if I pray? That would be like you looking at some idol thing and praying to it, and me going, I'm not going to put up with this. There has to be some kind of laws. If God's not real, then what are you worried about if somebody's praying to it? What
Just
is your
ignore it.
problem? Did you hear the latest one? They want to change the name, and I'm not kidding you. Major League Baseball, the relief pitchers are in the bullpen. Bullpen is now a negative term for bulls.
Oh my
Is it?
gosh.
They want to change the name. It sounds a little nicer.
Do they not have anything that they've picked out for it yet?
I'm guessing maybe the pink pen
Oh,
or
jeez.
the pansy pen. That might be it.
works.
Maybe. I don't know. Pansy might be a little.
Oh wait, hold on, I can't read that. And what? Please help me with Booty Judge. What's his name again? Because I can make a lot of jokes on that name, but I won't.
Buttigieg.
It starts out with B-U-T-T, and I'm just going to leave it with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
I think I got kicked off Facebook for one of those. You know, I have an ankle bracelet from Facebook. I have a rap sheet like a mile long. 30 days for this, 30 days. I'm not kidding. It's like that long. Started out with 24 hours, and now it's 24 years.
Sounds
on
like
my
you
neck.
got your own satellite.
I do. They got every time I say something about vaccination, my leg moves something. But
He's talking again, zapping.
yeah, he's Booty Judge. How does he? What's the paternity leave? I'm not a woman. I don't get the whole thing. He didn't have a baby, did he? Unless you're really getting weird and he was able to have a baby.
As far as I'm aware, he did not.
I'm lost on this one. I'm just looking for some help. How is he off? And by the way, he's off when we're having all these problems and didn't appoint a single person to help him when he was off.
To my understanding, whoever signs the birth certificate as the father gets the paternity leave.
Okay, so that's the way it is. So 3 weeks for them to just milk the system is what that is. And then he just leaves. We're in peril. And doesn't appoint anybody to help him with a job he knows nothing about, by the way.
Correct.
Okay, moving on from what about the tax on stocks? Did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, how about this? You have some stocks, and no, wait, it never was in 1909. All this income tax stuff started. It was never supposed to. So now you're getting taxed on them. Now, if your stocks go up, it's not really your money yet. It's stocks. They're going to go up.
These are active stocks.
Yeah, they're
none
going to
that
go.
You've sold. You
no,
own.
up and down. They go up and down. They want to tax when they go up. Because apparently at that time you could take it out, and that could be your gain. But they want to tax it as it goes. So
as you own the tax.
right,
As
so,
you own the stock.
right, as you
So you're not getting taxed if you sell. You're getting taxed if you
own it, and it goes up. You start making money on it. They want money.
But you're not making money if you haven't sold it.
Just something to think about, because I remember when my stocks were going up and then they plummeted, okay, in 2008. But I never dreamed of, hey, it went up a little bit here. we're going to lose money. And then what if it goes down? They give the money back?
Doubtful.
Yeah,
Very
that's
doubtful.
going to happen.
Very, very.
So that's I think that's part of the what's this bill it's called what something about fixing things infrastructure bill.
Okay.
Most of it has nothing to do with infrastructure, but I think that was part of it. They might have kicked that out. I'm not sure, but they were trying to get that through, and they're already doing what I keep saying. In March of 2020, I said this mysterious virus that happened in an election year
Mhm.
was going to be the start of the big one. This is like the preseason for the big game. Let's just see how far they'll go. And here we go with this climate summit crap again. Okay, 1983, I believe they said we had 10 years left. Okay. And but they don't even report any of this stuff. It's just this climate change is going to be, to
You gotta
me,
do the research all on your own now.
I hope I'm wrong, but I think this is the way to control food, the way to control everything else. And controlling, so we get rid of cash, so we can control the money. So if you want to go buy an air conditioner that's a little takes too much energy, you're not going to get the money for that.
Sure.
Mhm.
Here, you have to buy this $5,000 green energy one that works for about a year, and you have to buy another one.
And what kind of energy did they expend to build it?
But
Is what you need to look behind too.
I'm still loving if you have an electric car, Joe Danier, that means you don't have problems with, don't worry about gas prices. Really, the last time I checked, tires roads are made with, and the trucks to bring the cars need fuel.
Mhm.
So how does that make any sense? I think I'm lost my mind because none of this makes any sense, which makes me wonder, are we just going to go along with everything and pretend like we don't know anything? Because smart people, I mean, come on. I mean, I have 2 pharmacist friends that were giving out that shot. Every medicine they've ever got in has a list of everything. Here's what it does. Here's what it could do. Here's some side effects. Here's what's in it. They get these with nothing.
No insert.
Yep.
No
There you
vaccine
go.
insert.
And they
Nothing.
start getting some of their friends and that were getting sick from it. So they quit doing it. And you got a country now that you can't even have doctors tell the truth. You're under some kind of oath to shut your mouth. And now they're just scared that they're going to get, in trouble with their license.
And they are. It's already happening, especially some physicians that I'm familiar with in California. They are already under investigation, for example, for writing medical exemptions for children who were being opted out of vaccinations. They were getting medical exemptions, and now they're under investigation from the medical board.
Oh my. I mean,
So this is a real thing. These doctors really are losing their licenses for doing this.
you can't even get information because if you think Google's going to give you some kind of information on this ivermectin or anything else that really works, they now control everything that people just get on there. Look at that. There's no information on this stuff because they choose what you're going to read.
It's very hard to find, even if you're really familiar with the
Yeah.
subject matter, even if you know what to search for, it's nearly impossible now.
And then it's gone when you get it
Yep.
and try to share it, it ends up disappearing.
Mhm.
Does that sound like the United States to you?
Not at
I do
all.
it. How many more people? Let's see. Jeffrey Epstein. Let's just talk about that for 1 second.
Oh, let's.
Jeff, nobody could really figure out how he made all the money he had. That was the one strange thing. And then all these people that are around him. And then he goes into a really maximum security
Yep.
with cameras everywhere, guards everywhere, but everybody just happened to be falling asleep at that point where he killed. Does anybody really believe he killed himself?
Also misplacing security camera footage at the exact time that the guards were falling asleep. Coincidence?
Now, I was sitting there one day and I actually was on Hannity when I did this little NostraThomas from Youngstown. It's like that's where it started. I called up. He goes, "Hey, the only national relative of Nostradamus living in Youngstown." And I said, how many people know people that have committed suicide in some form? You know, somebody that knows somebody.
Mhm.
The Clintons have a list of people a mile long. Now,
Chapter book.
what's the coincidence of that? That everybody they seem to know ends up committing some kind of suicide or unexplained death,
Mhm.
where the guy got shot in the back and he had all this Rolexes and that, but they didn't take anything, but it was a robbery.
Weird.
A robbery. I mean, and I'm still wondering, these January 6th insurrectionists are still in jail with no trials or
Mhm.
nothing. You know that? That's, hold on, February, March, April, May, June. That's like going on a year. And the rioters and looters and whatever didn't even get prosecuted, but these people are still in jail without a speedy trial.
How much of the mainstream media is reporting on that?
Do they report on anything? I put this on Facebook, and I have friends, and I want to say we're not friends now. And I knew them when growing up, we were friends. Somehow, when you get into that job, journalism or the media, when do you sell your soul? Because I don't know when it comes to you don't tell the truth, you don't report on the news, and when does that job become not even something that you can remotely be proud of? That all you're doing is you are just an arm of that party and that agenda. That's it. You have nothing else you can do. We argue, they block me, and I'm talking about just simple little things. I mean, we were really close. Gone. And I got kicked to the curb by some friends when I said the masks never worked. I have a cousin, surgeon, don't do anything. It's
Mhm.
nothing but visual panic. So you don't talk to people for an election year and you just stay away from everybody. What a great idea, though. It was a really great plan.
Sure.
Keep everybody at distance, afraid to talk to somebody, it's a great idea. Put them out there. What they're saying.
Mhm.
I like Trump. Who? So it's a perfect plan. And that's all it was. And I'm still walking around watching people.
Oh, I can't tell you how many times a day I'm driving down the road, passing somebody sitting in their car by themselves
Uh-huh.
with a mask on.
It's almost like, and you know what? They're smart too. They're getting to these young people that are scared to death now of everything. You get them young enough. Please tell me what to do. Remember the 60s? They don't want to be told anything. Here we are, 2020. Please tell me everything. They want to be told everything to do. I'm walking in Florida in a state where they don't want you to wear masks. And people are walking around. There's a 35-year-old guy in a food court. He's got this mask on, one of those real,
Mhm.
I said, why don't you put a skirt on with that too while you're at it? He goes, what? You've got to be kidding me. And I thought, and my wife goes, please don't. Okay, I'll just stop. But I mean, and what's the difference? The difference is you're making it so easy for them to do this stuff.
Mhm.
It really is. I think about wondering what, the ancestors and the generations before us, all the fighting that they did for our rights, and we're just giving them up left and right. With not even a fight. Just here, take it.
Well, and the small group that is fighting back are shamed
Or
and ostracized.
terrorists.
Right.
Yeah.
School board now, you can't even go in. And
Yeah.
how about the guy from Virginia actually saying, your kids don't need to know, your parents don't need to know what the kids are being taught. And you think he slipped up. He meant that. That's exactly what they want. You are just supposed to shut the heck up and let us do it. Or Chris Farley, shut your big yapper,
Mhm.
For the love of God, shut up and just do it. And they don't want any debates. That's why I always laugh when they say, we can debate. How are we going to debate? How's it going to happen? Holy cow, look at that. Chuck, you made it.
I made it, brother.
Straight from Hawalala, or what island is that?
Yeah, this is Oahu.
Oh, I'm sorry. I get that wrong every time.
Yeah, it's this one right there. Wait, right there.
Thank you.
That's where I live.
Hey, Chuck, I billed you as the star of Fat and Furious, the reality show.
Fat and fluffy.
Fat and fluffy, flat and furious, fat and something. I don't know.
Fat fluffy.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that experience?
What, Fat and Furious?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I
Oh
watched
man.
it every week.
You know what? It was a whirlwind, man. I mean, it's when you're trying to get on TV, and this was absolutely my first experience with this. But you're trying to get on TV, but Hollywood drags their feet and drags their feet, and then all of a sudden, when they're ready, it's like, and you don't have time to prepare. You don't have time to freaking talk to your family. I mean, it's like, let's go right now. Now's the time. After all this long, drawn out, blah blah blah. So, but yeah, man, I got the call from one of the producers and said it's a go, and got the contract. Not soon after that, ended up signing that, and then it was off to the races, man. I mean, it was filming 14, 16-hour days. What a lot of people don't understand is for let's see, 40 minutes of actual TV time, it takes you like 240 hours.
Seriously.
Yeah, it's just crazy, and there's so much that's just cut and left on the editing floor, and a lot of that stuff was really funny too, man. But it was gone. But yeah, man, we started filming, and all the different people and characters, and a lot of people don't understand that those are real stories, man. I mean, people emailed us. My wife was one of the people that was filtering those emails, and she would check them out and then bring them to us and say, what do you think? Or and then I would go on to the producer and say,
You
here,
would say, I'll take a look at that. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I'll take a long look at those.
I'll take a long look.
Throw those away.
But one case, one of the shows, I don't know if you remember the Chevelle we did, 69 Chevelle Blue, and the kid was like, I think he was 20 years old at the time. We revealed the car to him, but my wife got this email about this story about this little kid when he was 8 years old. His dad, they worked on the car all the time. His dad would bring him out there and just help him, tink around, whatever. But at his 8-year-old birthday party, his dad was at the party. When he left the party, I think he was on a motorcycle, if I'm mistaken. He ends up getting killed. So, obviously with all that and everything that entails, it was a horrible, horrible thing. But, part of the story was, this little kid went up to his mom, I think it was at the funeral service actually, and said, Mommy, I don't want you to ever get rid of Daddy's car. I want that car. I don't want you to ever get rid of it. You know what I mean? So she ended up talking with some of his dad's friends at the time. And this one guy was like, listen, I'll take the car. I'll take care of it. I'll put it away, yada, yada, all that kind of stuff. Well, then, I think it was like 11 or 12 years later, she goes, and she's had contact with him off and on through that whole thing, but she goes and really wants to look at the car and, take the car back possibly. Well, she sees the car and the freaking motor's out of it. This guy sold the motor. The interior
sold the motor?
Oh, yeah. Took the motor out and freaking sold it to whoever. and the interior is just rattled with mice and freaking rats, and it was just a mess, man. So obviously his dad's friend didn't take care of the car all that well.
Obviously.
Yeah,
Obviously.
it wasn't the Enterprise hands-free disinfectant care. But anyway, so we get the car, and this thing's freaking, it's a demolished. I mean, hold on, I got Warrant singing. It's just demolished. So we get the car, we had to rip out the whole interior, we had to get a motor, we had to get all that stuff. So we
So
go
you
to
had to be a
present.
part of that too?
What's that?
You actually had to be a part of that process?
Oh
Or, I mean,
yeah.
are you? Oh Lord!
Oh yeah,
I
man.
want to
Yeah.
rethink me and my. I'm wanting to be on that. I'm rethinking that now.
Well, I was calling the doctors.
I
and being
thought that
like,
was just like for the stunt people and that to come in, and then you just show up when it's all done.
I'd
Wow,
be like,
I didn't know
hey, I
that.
had to reach out to my doctors and be like, hey, when's my last tetanus shot?
Yeah, I mean that's not the glamorous part of this.
Heck no. Heck no. But anyway, we took the interior and had Cyclone over there. I think they're top side of Youngstown, almost by Boardman. But
Yeah.
they did a great job on that car. But so reveal day, we go to reveal this car. We take the door down. This car rolls out, man. And this 21-year-old kid just freaking fell to his knees. It was just like one of those things. That's what set our show apart from all these other shows on there. I just still can't understand, the reason Hollywood, kind of cut the ties. But anyway, but yeah, man, he was so touched, so just freaking, blast from the past. His dad, that whole thing happened.
You want me to revive the show? I will. Just say the word.
Yeah, oh, I love
We'll get that running in a minute.
Yeah, I
Except
love
we're
it.
not going to have any stuff like that going on. We'll have a new rider where we're not involved in any of the dirty stuff.
No sissy stuff going. But anyway, so the last thing that kid's dad touched was his steering wheel. We assumed. So what we ended up doing is taking the steering wheel off that car and encasing it in glass, the original steering wheel. So after we presented the car, he like I said, the waterworks happened, his mom, everybody. And then after presenting him the car, Jess Christmas went to the car and she pulled out this encased glass steering wheel and presented it to this kid, with the little plaque thing on the bottom that said something, really nice, and it just happened all over again. So that was our show, man. We tried to have those parts, and then we also tried to just have the freaking funny stuff. I mean, gosh, me and Steve McGranahan, he's probably 400 and something. I was 350 something. We're driving these mini bikes around. And the mini bikes.
Well, now I know I won't get credit for this, but I think I started the career off with our skit at church that got plenty of airplay.
Yeah, that's very possible. Very possible.
I got yelled at in the hallway of the church because I was so mean. I go, that's a lot of stretch acting for me to be a mean boss. Back off, kid.
That's not me. Get over there. Yeah. No, man, it was a good time. Ran 3 seasons. So one season 6, second season I think was 8, and then the third season I think was 8. So yeah.
Were there millions involved?
What's that?
Millions? Was there millions involved in this show?
Well, I don't know if there was millions involved, but it was a high, Hollywood when they grip something, they want it to work. But then obviously on the other side, they're like, we want it to work, but we don't want to spend any money, that kind of thing. But so there was hundreds and hundreds of thousands, into the production and all that kind of stuff. I mean, we drove down to what was it, Louisiana, and went to Nolens, not New Orleans, Nolens. And did the one of the episodes down there because the weather up there in Ohio where you live was snowy and freaking cold and freezing, and so we went down there, and
that was July. Bro, it's 40 degrees out, October. We don't have any more falls. The change of seasons makes me laugh. Change of seasons means it's either summer or winter. That's it. I don't get anything.
Yeah, you just skip right
Not
past
in Hawaii, though. Hawaii doesn't have that.
Well, I tell you,
your
man.
Lovely pictures.
Yeah,
I want to block you every time you put one on.
The other night, I got up to can I say urinate on this channel?
No, you cannot.
I got up and went pee-pee, but it was like 2 a.m.
That's worse than what the original word, but go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. The cancel culture. They're going to cancel everything.
We're going to cancel you.
But I went out on the lanai there, and dude, it was so freaking just quiet and serene, but it was cold, man. It was like 76. I was freezing.
Okay, I think we've heard enough out of you, Chuck. 76 is cold. Okay.
It's kind of.
Thank you for that input. Hey, I was on Judge Judy. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I got told to shut up about 5 times, so my experience not quite as good as yours.
Well, I'm surprised.
Although I won the case.
Oh, good. I'm surprised you're even here today. You should be sitting in a cell 8x8.
She told me to sit down, hot shot.
Is that what she said? Really?
Yeah. She goes, you look like somebody from the movies. I go, well, they ought to sit down, hot shot. And then I kept butting in. She goes, shut up. And then the bailiff said, shut up. And then they said, shut up at the same time. And I go, the guy's lying. I could not shut up. He was lying so bad. So after it was over, they tried to interview my son, and I did one of these. Yeah, thank you for that. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I got my face just as a joke, but the guy goes, you're such an idiot. I go, thank you for that rendition, but I know a little bit more about it. Camera over here, cut. I was doing cut, and there was, shut up.
And there's no cameras.
I go, cut. I go, I'm going to go on a different judge show if you guys don't treat me a little better. There's a lot of them now. People's Court, right. Judge James Brown, or whatever the heck that is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need this.
All of them. Yeah, for sure. No, that's cool. So that was probably a good experience for you, seeing what happens behind the scenes.
It was great.
Yeah,
you had to sit in church. When you sat there before the show, you have to sit there like you're in church. And she looks over all the papers and real quiet. And then every now and then she'll look up and give one of us a dirty look. Like she read something. I go, we're going to kick this guy's ass. She hates me. Look at this. And she did. She blew that guy away. And I'm going, yeah. That'll teach you to come up against me in a Judge Judy court of law. I got to shut up a record amount of times.
Record amount. Call Guinness in here. Get this on the books.
But they cut out some of it too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I hated that, man. You hate because they don't tell you, hey, we cut this scene, we cut that scene. You just don't know until you watch the show, the episode.
Oh, wow.
But there was so much, you're waiting for. You're like, oh, here's where this happened, and
it doesn't come in.
But yeah, so much funny stuff, man, and we just had a blast, just a freaking blast doing that show. It was so fun. It really was.
Well, we need to do something else, but you know what? There's some people in the studio. I'll give you a little laugh here. I thought, I know these guys, from the mall when I was managing the Eastwood Mall. I'm going to get them guys and bring them in the mall, Really? Okay. So they get him to come in and sign autograph, whatever. And I'm going, hey, Chuck, he's going, could you please get security and get that guy over there? A little bit too close to the curtain here, buddy. Yeah, I know you too. Yeah, right. Acted like he didn't even know me. Everyone knows the guys. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no way. Dude, you knew David Lee Roth. I was sticking close to you.
Hey, did I ever tell you about the time we had Michael Damian? Do you guys remember him? He was a soap opera star and he was a singer.
Mm-mm.
He came in to the mall and all the girls were going crazy. I have this white suit on for something else. I think I was going to a wedding or whatever, but I had to kick the event off. All these people were coming up to me because he kind of had the same hair. Are you related to Michael Damian? Finally, I went with, yeah, I'm Tom Damian. I'm signing autographs, bro, like you can't believe. I'm in the corner going, what do you want me to say? You know, I'm giving him stuff. I played that out. So he actually brought it up like years later. Aren't you my brother? He sent me a message on Facebook. My brother, Tom Damian. He still remembered that.
That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
fed off of that like crazy. I'm up there. Yeah, well, I don't worry. I'm not famous. All right, I'll sign it.
Okay. If I have to.
Yeah.
Oh, that was always fun too, man. You know, signing autographs and just the people and the personalities that would come through that line, man, were just hilarious.
Well, a bunch of car buffs had to be like really loving that show. I mean, I like cars, but some of these people are really into that.
Oh yeah, I
Big,
mean,
big deal.
so many people loved it, but you had your people on there, you know, were like, you know what, that's not right. That
Oh,
year, this
okay.
engine was blah blah blah. You know, it's like, dude, it's
Shut
TV.
up.
Yeah, just shut up.
Shut your yapper.
Yeah, exactly. But it was just crazy. But no, man, it was a good time. It was a good time, and I think it put Youngstown kind of on the map there for a little while. And and then we seen I think Bar Rescue did the what was the bar
Yeah, I saw
downtown?
those.
The Federal,
Yeah.
and then Royal Oaks. Both those. So I mean, there's some stuff, man, that could be really happening in Youngstown as far as production wise and TV and that kind of stuff. I heard this probably a couple months ago that some production was looking. It was a big one too, like a movie. I can't remember the name of it. It was like an action film, but they wanted to rent out all of that. Down there by the tracks over there in Camel and all that kind of stuff. They wanted to film a bunch of stuff down there for this
Oh,
deal, but I don't know whatever happened with that. But
might not be seen again down there. That's the best place.
yeah, exactly. But that's the thing, man. When we went to New Orleans, we filmed at this old abandoned warehouse where that what was that Dodge Challenger, and this girl was a stunt woman. So we built her a replica of the Dodge Challenger that was on Fast and Furious. And she did her thing down there. She was freaking crazy, man. I would drive against her. No way. But that same warehouse they use for so many different films, man. Planet of the Apes, all these films. Yeah, man. It was just in like an abandoned old freaking warehouse that just, there's a lot of stuff filmed in New Orleans that a lot of people don't probably even realize, but tons and tons of stuff. But yeah, man, it's a good time. But now I'm here in beautiful Hawaii.
Yeah, where all the big stars go out. How long does it take to get there from here?
Well, if you're walking, let's see.
Or Spirit Airlines, same thing.
Yeah. No, we try and split it up now when we're flying. So we fly like 5.5 hours to get to like LA or San Diego, and then another 5.5 to get back to Cleveland.
Mm-mm.
So, the only way to do the full 10 or 11 hours is first class. And that doesn't happen very often.
Not Spirit Airlines is what you're saying.
No, that you turn into a spirit.
No. Oh,
Spirit Air.
Lord, I tell you.
Yeah,
Or
you've got
Southwest,
some.
where you're in one of those seats where you're staring at somebody the whole time, where they sit right, and you forgot that you have no seat assignment, like I did in Vegas, and I get on and go, I'm sitting right in front of a guy watching me my every move for 5 hours. So I'm eating food like this, like trying to hide it because he's staring right at me. I go,
Well,
"Can
in
I help you?
Southwest,
I need a parachute, please."
yeah, in Southwest, those seats are like freaking this, man. They
Oh my
pack them in
God.
there. That's how they, I
I,
guess, compensate. But phew,
well,
Southwest.
we are just about out of time, are we not? Chuck, we have a
What?
whole lot more than this to do if you'd ever get on in time.
Oh
At least
yeah,
you made
dude.
an
I'm so
appearance.
sorry. That thing popped
But
up. I was
we
like,
can't expect anything but that from stars, big
no,
shots.
no, no,
What do you
no,
expect?
dude. I would love to come back and have some fun conversation for sure.
Well, I'd like to have you back next week and comment, because he's also a drummer, a singer, and
Yeah.
we have some great comedy acts that we used to do before he got famous, and now he doesn't remember them.
I'm gonna have
But
to find those clips.
yeah, we'll find those in basement clips that
Yeah.
I have to get okayed by your attorneys to play if I'm allowed.
I'll send you a DNR. I'll get it to you.
But I really, seriously, Chuck Coons, really good friend, really funny. I played percussion, he played drums in a big church band, and made me laugh the entire time I'm playing. I'd break a stick and he'd go, "You're on your own. Can you have another stick?"
All right, throw you a broken
Yeah.
stick. There you
Yep. Then there's certain songs that we did not like that went on and on and on, and
go. Oh yeah,
well,
like
won't
a
go into
meat
that.
grinder.
Oh, I would reach out and go tell my wife, we're leaving early. Why? Because look at these songs. She goes, those songs aren't for you. They're for God and the church. Okay, but they're bad songs to play.
Horrible.
Yeah, something about souls and that. Whatever. These are bad songs.
Yeah, whatever.
Getting people saved. This song's never going to get a soul saved. Horrible. Well, Chucker, I will call you later.
All right.
All right.
Youngstown, it was great to be on and say hello to everyone. Aloha to everyone. And yeah, let's do this again real soon, Tommy.
Hey, say hi to everybody in Kalawalila or whatever that island is, and tell them I said hey.
King Wanahakalugi, I'll tell him.
Thanks, Chucker.
All right, brother. Bye-bye.
Thanks, buddy. Well, there you have it. Another unbelievably crazy show. Thanks for helping me, guys.
You're welcome.
Serious.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. If you like our programming, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page, or subscribe to your favorite podcast platform like iTunes or Spotify. This is original Youngstown content, and we would appreciate you sharing the videos and the word about us. Thank you.